What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me your thing. Hey, 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 more. Come on, shake, give me your thing. Hey, 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 more. Big girls like to do the round, fat girls like to do the round. Woo. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Woo. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing, and the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Bitch like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it equal. Fat girl just shake it, don't break. Big girl, let me see you do a thing. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, shake it out, back down. Top beers in the house, burn it out, back out. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it slow, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the web wet, hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle at me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the rap. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Hey, 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 more. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 more. Big girls like you around. Shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, 4-3, can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl know the happen, don't quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Not new, I'm gonna look like it off the that. Fat girl bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot of right, come to the night speed. I really should get the dead in the world cheese. Bounce fat girl, show the boy a shot. Let me see if you fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nature. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your beat is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
I'm trying to get up in it. My name is Bennett. Probably got the wrong link. Let me just see here. It is so bad. Audio. Come on, audio. There we go. Look at the audio right there. I know you can hear me right now. I know you can hear me now. You can hear me now. I know it. Yo, so let me repeat everything I just said earlier. Welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke Show. We got a really, really big show today. I want to thank you all the good folks on Instagram, all the good folks on YouTube, all you good folks over there on Facebook, and all my good friends over there at X, the people I don't like. Y'all on X are toxic. I think y'all have issues on X. Everybody on X has issues. You know, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. I'm going to be joined today by my girl, D, from D Love Sports. Talk some football. There's a whole lot of things going on in football, NFL. And then she got a new league getting ready to come up. You know, a lot of people getting traded and things like that. And look, I don't be meaning to go viral. I say things, you know, give my opinion, and all of a sudden, I am viral. I don't mean to go viral. I don't. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Share the live, because we're going to get right into it. Because I like y'all to hear what I say, because they be taking clips and they cut it up, and then it becomes, there's a clip of Luther. And what is Luther saying? Hello, how you doing, Miss Wims, Leslie? I call her everything but the child of God. But no, we're here. Hey, man, I am running for Congress. See my shirt? Y'all like my shirt? The shirts are going to go on sale today. You can go to my website. Go to my website, Luther Campbell for Congress, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. I want y'all to go to the website right now. Go to the website right now. Look at my platform. Look at what I'm talking about. I'm representing Congressional District 20. This is a real race. I'm dead ass serious about winning this race. So I need you guys to go to the website. Hey, look, if you volunteer, send some money. Be like Chili. Be like Chili and send some money. You see, if Chili can take y'all money, and send it to Donald Trump on several occasions, y'all get it. You need to go run on over to www.luthercampbellforcongress.com, hit that donate button, and donate $5, $10, something, but at least match what Chili gave to Donald Trump. Chili gave the money to Trump so he can do what? Keep talking shit about black women? Get y'all ass over there right now. I need to figure out how to change that stroll down there, because it needs to be strolling Luther Campbell for Congress. But I'm just saying, let's think about it, people. Let me just get the show started right here. Let's get the show started right here on where I left off in the last show. Chili gets it. Why does Chili get it and y'all don't? Why does Chili understand you just don't go and vote for a candidate, but you go and put your money where your mouth is? You make a campaign contribution, because when you make campaign contributions, it's not going to the candidate. That's illegal. It's going to the campaign. And when it goes to the campaign has to buy flyers. They have to buy posters. They have to pay staff. They have to do TV commercials. They have to do all these different things with those donations. The donation that Chili made to Donald Trump, she took y'all money and made a donation. If there's anything that Chili did that we could take out to say, we didn't know black people were giving donations. If there's anything that you all want to be like Chili in this situation, is to make a donation. But you make a donation to the candidate or candidates who are going to go and do the right thing for our people. That's what you do. So if anything, She showed y'all donations are very, very important. I just did the Joy Reid show. Shouts out to my girl Joy Reid. Make sure y'all go to her page and also follow her on YouTube. That's my sister. I love Joy Reid to death. I was just on there. We were talking about all different things. Joy, when I do a Joy Reid interview, you know what happens? I just get relaxed. Like I'm going on there, Luther Campbell for Congress. Okay, Joy Reid, Luther. So Joy goes, it's like having a conversation with my sister. And I'm sitting up there and she just talking. And because me and her friends, we're like literally friends. And so I just forget about the actual campaign. And it's like I'm talking to my sister, we talk about politics, because me and Joy can talk about politics all day. And we both are history junkies. So we sit there and let's have these conversations, and then I have to call my people, my comms people, and the good folks who are working on the campaign. Shouts out to all the people working on my campaign. Make sure y'all tell everybody, Miss Leslie, that I am on live on my own show, because they sit up there and critique what I do. I got a staff of people. Luther, you need to do this. Luther, you need to do that. Luther, you need to change that video. Luther, you need to say this. Luther, you can't do this. Oh, and Leslie, Luther, you can't go over here. No, why? Why? I want to be Luther. I want to be Luke. No, you can't be Luke. You're running for Congress. So I'll be sitting up in the house like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do this. It's a life-changing thing. But I'm willing to take the L for the people. I'll take the L. I will take the L. I will not be one of those congressmen who will be sitting in Congress until I croak. Under those circumstances. That will not happen. I'm going to go there because I'm a firm believer of term limits. And those term limits, I think you need to go up in there about 4 to 6 years, and you need to go and let somebody else do that. So I won't be sitting up in there that long. I got work to do. My district, Congressional District 20, which comprised of Pompano, Belgrade, Pahokee, Delray, Sunrise, Tamarack, Lauderhill Lake. What I'm going to do with my district is going to be special. Joy asked me, so how are you going to change Congress? I can't change Congress, but I can change what happens in my district by doing the right thing, by bringing the resources back to my district. By bringing the resources back to my district, I will inspire other congressmen and women to do what? I want to be like Luke. You know how, man, the story says I want to be like Mike? And then y'all get to look at the things that I'm doing in my district and say, man, hold on, why we ain't getting this here? Because I'm going to stop that gentrification. I'm going to create jobs and really create jobs. I got 2 ports and 2 airports in my district. They don't even have that in Miami. If I expand the port, do you know how many good jobs that is? How many good jobs? And you know who run the port? Us. We run the port. Donald Trump trying to TPS? No. All those Haitian people out there, black people in the Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, who are doing all the agricultural work, and they're going to try to deport them people? No, not under my watch. There's a lot of things to do. I'm going to take care of my district. I'm going to create Black Wall Street. Y'all going to be like, man, how the hell did this dude do this here? How did he recreate Black Wall Street? They tore down Black Wall Street. This district is so black that I can bring back Black Wall Street. Jamaicans, Bahamians, Trinidadians, and then we can have a good time. But speaking of a good time, this lady I'm getting ready to bring on here right now, she always having a good time. I just love her life. If you want to follow somebody and just look at how they enjoy themselves, they fly here, fly there, go to work. I don't even know when the hell she works because she's all over the place. She's in Pittsburgh with her Steelers. She's over in Baltimore with her family. Like Glow in Baltimore with her family. I could see her in the waiting room like, nigga. I can't say that. She's all over the place. She's in LA. She's at the Super Bowl. She's at the combine. She's everywhere. I'm gonna have to change her name. She's not a jet setter. She's way past jet setting. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to welcome you, the pride of Baltimore. No other than the one and only D-Love Sports.
Thank you.
I
can't even. Never mind. I'm not even gonna waste my breath because it's something.
What did I do?
You know, you entertained the people.
What did I do wrong?
You know. I'm not doing this with you though. But I appreciate the warm welcome. I think would be offended if you said pride of Baltimore. They'd be like, she ain't from Baltimore. So yeah, I'm not.
I know you. What I was looking at some lady talking the other day. I mean, why is it such a big beef between DC and Baltimore?
I don't know if it's like y'all are y'all and we are who we are. It's different cultures. The Parkway connects the two, but it's different. You know, Baltimore is not a part of the DMV. You know, the whole DMV lingo. Yeah, it's respect, but it could have
been the BDMV. Why wasn't the BDMV?
Why was I don't know. You have to ask Baltimore. No, it's DMV and Baltimore is Baltimore. That's it. There's a DMV.
Y'all claim Delaware before y'all claim Baltimore?
Who said D was who put Delaware in the mix? Delaware is not in the mix ever.
I thought Delaware was the D.
That's DC. DC is the D. You knew that. Stop playing with me. Why is he playing? He can't fool me. He can fool y'all.
But Baltimore is in the DMV. It's Maryland.
It is in Maryland. But Baltimore is in
Maryland. Baltimore is in Maryland.
The DMV stops at a certain point. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it stops at a certain point. Once you get, honestly, like I consider some parts of Anne Arundel County DMV, but like once you get past Prince George's County, that's really it. So you know the DMV ain't really, it's not all of Maryland is not in the DMV.
I'm kind of,
yeah. So she said
DMV, if it's DC, Maryland, and Virginia,
Northern Virginia, not all of Virginia is in the DMV either.
And
I thought Richmond's is too far. But some people complain about that.
I'm trying to understand this because
Northern Virginia, your Woodbridge, Fairfax County.
Y'all want to pick certain areas out of Maryland. Y'all want to pick certain areas out of Maryland and take credit for those areas and then throw whatever other areas you want to throw in the garbage. But you want to claim DMV.
Yeah, it's a region, right? It's a region. Like you guys, you got Miami, but you got Broward, you got Dade. Like you got Dade County, you got Broward County, right?
You got Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, but we call it South Florida.
South Florida. You got Broward, Dade, yeah,
just
but like
you call it DMV.
From Palm Beach. I'm not from Dade. You know, when people be like, "Oh, where you from?" I'm from South Florida, but they're not claiming Miami.
They say South Florida. We don't selectively throw out people when we say South Florida. We don't like, oh, all right, we're going to throw out Delray. We're going to throw out Palm Beach. We don't no, because y'all are not on our level.
Oh, y'all do like that. Let's not do that.
DC,
Florida,
DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Claim it all. Claim it all. D, claim it all. All of it. Claim all of it.
Okay.
Stop that.
Because you ain't claiming Jacksonville. You ain't claiming all of Florida. You claiming
South Florida. That's not a part of South Florida, D. And I love my people in Duval. Just so you know.
But Florida, look, you got the DC part, the DMV part of Maryland. You got South Florida and you got the DMV part of Maryland. If you ain't in the DMV, I'm sorry. It's no different. It's no different.
Really?
Yeah.
Who have the better looking women? Oh, you got.
I don't know. I don't have to think about it because I'm, I don't. Look, I love women. I'm not gonna put them up against each other. I'll let the men do that. But
let me ask you this. So I win Congress.
DC has a melting pot. I'll say that they have. I feel like they have more of a melting pot. If you like different type of women, I feel like that's more on the DC Virginia side.
Is that in DC? Is it a lot of Somalians?
They have all times. They have Ethiopian.
I go to DC and I used to go to the club. There'd be a lot of the girls with long black hair, and they look light skinned, but they're not black girls. What those are Somalian? What are
they? I'm just saying they could be Ethiopian. They could be what's the other? Eritrean. Like it's a bunch of different ethnicities. From Saudi Arabia. Like it's a bunch of different ethnicities from Africa that are black. They labeled as black because they from Africa.
Let me ask you. So when I win, put it in the atmosphere, and I go to Congress, I have to get a place to stay. So where would I be staying in DC? Would I move to Baltimore?
No.
I mean, where would I stay?
You would either be in DC or Virginia. That's most likely probably where most of them stay, between DC and Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Get my affairs in order.
No, Glow is putting you on.
No, Glow, no.
But I can't wait for you to come and frequent DC. That'll be good.
I'm gonna have a big fundraiser in DC for my campaign, and then I got to go meet some dignitaries there. They're actually setting that up, and so that's gonna be a beautiful thing. And hopefully you're in town. So I mean, these days, let me ask you. It was something. The basketball player.
Oh, you're talking about. Okay, I think I didn't hear exactly or see what exactly.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
I didn't. I've been a little busy these days, so I'm a little behind on some of the news. A little bit.
Okay, so let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to it. Let's talk football. It's a lot of trades going on. You got the owners in Arizona. I'm surprised you're not even in Arizona with all these meetings. What do you think? You got Jerry Jones and his comment.
Did he make an additional one? I saw him say something about George Pickens and how he needs to get rid of his agent, but I don't know what the comment Jerry made. What did Jerry do?
It was man, it was a.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna show the clip. I'm gonna have to go pull the clip, but because I don't want to put no words in nobody's mouth. It could be treated as a derogatory term, and then people now on TV, oh, that's Jerry. No, it's not Jerry, because Jerry was the guy who was out there with the mob in the picture of the little black girl going to school, and the mob was supposed to be there to stop her from going into that building. So when he makes statements about boy, mama, I'm your daddy, and all that stuff like that, no, he can't get a pass. And so but people want to give him a pass. He's an NFL owner, one of the 32, which, I can't wait. Hopefully I'm living to the day where there is a black owner and not some fake black owner, because that club right there and the things going on over there, and now the NBA, the young man has an issue, let me ask you this. If we live in a free society, we have a constitution, freedom of speech. We know these gentlemen work for these shields and these badges and these logos. Do you think what this young man said about him having a problem with LGBTQ people, he just don't believe in it. He's a follower of God and Jesus Christ. Do you think that was warrant him getting fired from his job and getting kicked out of the NBA? Did you think that was detrimental to the league, or was it his comment about Steph Curry? Which one was it?
I don't know what his comment about Steph Curry was. So, what did he say about Steph Curry? And then I can probably answer it.
The comment. Well, it wasn't. It was more like a shot at Steph Curry. I'm gonna see if I can pull the clip.
Okay. So sorry. I've been in my UFL hole right now. I did see some of the rule changes. I saw I saw Sage Steele. I don't know how this happened. Talking about we know why he was I guess let go from his team, and I was curious. I'm like, why? So I saw her comment on it, and so but I didn't see what he said about either. But I know we're in interesting times right now.
Yeah, we are in interesting times. These times right now that we're in, you can't say nothing. I don't think it's not a such thing as free speech anymore. You know, you can't say, even though I'm a guy that you can't say certain things, because if you say certain things, then what's going to end up happening is it's going to come back to haunt you. You know, people are going to cancel you. You get canceled for saying certain things. And at the end of the day, I mean, you know, we want to feel like we're living in a free society, but in all actuality, we're not. In all actuality, it's
well,
not.
How does that make you feel? Because you're someone that fought for the right to be able to, you know, kind of say what you want and to see.
And that's interesting that you asked that, because I was always taught that from my lawyer, you can say whatever you want to say on stage, especially if you deem the event a political rally. You have the freedom to say everything but fire in a crowded mall. And so when you see the Constitution get attacked and you see people saying what they want to say and then they get canceled. I mean, this a clear example of the NBA canceling him. I mean,
that's why my wife in here and she not even texting me.
Hold on. He's doing it live. Jesus Christ, what clip did I pull?
I think that, I don't know what clip you pulled up, but to me, I think that speaks. That's a louder cry. You know what I mean? So, I can't knock it. Like, if you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, right? But I don't think you need to be negative about it. I don't think you need to make people feel away because you don't agree. You don't agree, go the other way. I don't like eating certain foods, but I'm not broadcasting it. I just don't eat it. You know, when the plate comes around, I'm good. So I feel like, you know, you can have whatever religious belief you want. But I don't think that you should use your platform to broadcast anything negative about it.
So. Right. Here we go right here. Let's see if we can get this clip up.
This is Jaden, and he just got fired from his job for being homophobic on Instagram Live. My name is Mariah, and this is Hoops for Hotties, where I break down what's going on in the basketball world for the girls, the gays, the days, and the straight men who don't admit they're not watching basketball. And this story is insane. Last week, the Chicago Bulls came to Jaden Ivey and said, hey, you're too hurt. You can't play for the rest of the season. They shut him down. And ever since then, he's been going live on Instagram a lot more frequently. And he called the NBA out for celebrating Pride Month, saying that it was unrighteous. He went on to talk about how a woman can't bear children with another woman, and he was talking about subjects like abortion and the Wicked song lyrics. I don't think he was referring to Cynthia and Ariana's rendition of Divine Gravity. I think he was talking about like our sinful music of today. Jaden has been very open about his struggles with mental health, and he reportedly has said that he was SA'd multiple times as a child by a trusted family member, and that led him to be abusive towards his wife and his child, and that also led him to have a pee addiction videos on the internet. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't want my video to get taken down. And abuse alcohol and all those other sorts of things. So he has dealt with a lot, and so that explains the rush to very dramatic religion. But he coming for everybody. Like someone said, do you go to confession? And he said, Catholicism is a fake religion, which is interesting because his mom is the head coach of the women's basketball team at Notre Dame, one of the biggest Catholic universities in the country, if not the biggest. She's also a former professional women's basketball player who played for the Detroit Shock, so it was a super full circle moment. When he was drafted 5th overall to the Detroit Pistons, so he is talented. Like, he could be really good, but he dealt with a lot of injuries and then was traded to the Chicago Bulls. Someone also said, sending prayers, Detroit misses you, and he said, God does not hear your prayer if you are a sinner. Now, the Bulls cited conduct detrimental to the team when they waived him, and this is kind of like the NBA team firing you version of when two people get divorced and they cite irreconcilable differences. That could mean anything. He cheated, you cheated. It's just like a broad way of saying we getting divorced and something happened. But he was very upset by that. He was like, my conduct was not detrimental to the team. I was a great teammate. I passed the ball to them. I was encouraging, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, he's very upset that they waived him because of his religious beliefs. He's saying that he should have the right to spread the gospel, and I'm paraphrasing here, and be a Christian and be open about his beliefs without being fired by his team. People have very different opinions on this, and I definitely have an opinion. I'll tell you in the next video, but I'm curious what y'all think. Let me know in the comments.
Okay, I get it now. I get it. Okay, so you're muted, by the way, and I will say I understand what Sage's point was. It was the Christian thing. I wasn't tracking what she was saying why, but obviously this is something that's mental. Like this is not just about religion, right? And your belief. I think that he is struggling with something, and obviously he has had a history of injuries, right? You're drafted to Detroit, that doesn't work out. You've had injuries. You're sent to Chicago. They say you're too hurt. You can't play, and I think people just need to understand the mental aspect of this. I think it's a huge cry for help, and you cannot go into a locker room that is detrimental to a team to bring someone that is not healthy mentally into a locker room like that.
Right. Let me say this.
I'm not laughing at this, by the way. I'm laughing at you.
No. I don't know if it's mental. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
I think, you know, when you hear him, and I heard him explain the entire thing and why is he where he's at now? And he talked about it extensively in his comments. He talked about it. He was like, why did I come? I was drinking liquor. I was doing drugs. I was doing all these different things here, you know, and I changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't do drugs. I don't mess around with all these women that I used to do, you know, be with. I would get drunk after every game. I have found God. I have found Jesus Christ. And that don't seem to that he's going off the deep end. Here's another clip with him talking.
they said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say, we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? But how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said, good job, good pass. Way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How? How is my conduct detrimental to the team? Because of what I believe. Because of what the truth is. This is not about me. This is about the kingdom of God. This is about the truth of the Bible. Because I spoke what the truth is. Because I called these things out. Because that's what it is. The word of God will be preached to all nations, and then the end will come. That's what's gonna happen. My conduct is not detrimental to the team. That is a lie. That is a lie. How is my conduct detrimental to the team? But like I said, like I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. God gave me gifts to play basketball. God gave me gifts. I can play basketball. I'll still be able to play. Lord willing, he gives me an opportunity to play again. And that's fine. If he don't, that's fine. I'm gonna glorify him. But what I've done, like I have nothing to prove. The NBA was what it was. But you see, before I came to the Lord Jesus Christ, the NBA was everything to me. I didn't know God. I didn't know Jesus when I came to the NBA. I was a fornicator. I was a pornography addict. And I used to get drunk. That's all I knew. And after a win, I felt good. After all those points, I felt good. I felt good. I felt like I had everything set out for me. Right? But as soon as that shut down for me, as soon as I didn't start, that's when God was humbling me. And he said, he sat me down for a reason. What good is it driving the store with the Ferrari you only get to drive that Ferrari for the time being. You're not gonna sit and drive a Ferrari for 10 hours. When has anyone driven a Ferrari for 10 hours? No one. But still, like what good is it gonna do for you on Judgment Day if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ and you don't obey his commandments? It's not gonna do no good. It's not gonna do no good.
You cannot watch that and tell me that you feel like that man is 100% mentally healthy. I'm not here to diagnose him, and it is not about religion. Like I am, like if listening to him and watching him, who does it remind you of? Who? Kanye West. Like I'm not here to diagnose him, and I'm not here to say like he can't be religious and he can't see these things. I see people talk about religion every single day, and I just feel like he's not well. And again, you can have your religious belief. I'm not going against that, but I feel like he is not well.
Why?
Because we'll sit here. We'll see if something happens to him.
If he found God.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, he clearly explained it. He said he was addicted to porn and drunk liquor and all that. And he found God and he found Jesus Christ. And he has now found a new love. And he's obviously reading scripture and reading the Bible, and he's very articulate about it. I don't. I mean, I don't see.
It's not about
West. I don't see a crazy man. I see a guy that has just who just gave. I just see a guy who just gave his soul to the Lord. You know, I just see a guy. It's no different than a relationship.
That's not all I see. That's the surface. There's something behind those eyes. Like I'm not here to diagnose him, but there's something deeper than that. And I appreciate him turning his life around and acknowledging that and leaning on that, because it could very well be the other way, right? And we could be having a different conversation about him and saying things like, oh, we wish we would have known, or we hope people get help. And he's obviously found something that helps him get through these tough times of not being able to play basketball. But I also think there's something else unhealthy about him.
When you go through these guys, right?
Mentally.
And you know, D, you've been around sports for a very long time. Mm-hmm. These guys on the little league level, they're the star of the team. High school, they're the star. They get the best girlfriend. They get highly recruited. They go to college. They're the big man on the team, big man on campus. They don't face no adversity of being benched like Michael Jordan. They didn't get to the NBA, and they're the big star, 5th picked in the draft. Detroit goes. Now, all of a sudden, you get benched. What he said, I got benched, and it humbled me. And so now that is a mental issue when now my life has changed because I'm not that guy. I'm not it. And that's what happens to a lot of NFL players, a lot of NBA players when the light cuts off. You know, they don't know how to function in the real world now, being that star, and they're still trying to live up to that expectation, and they're still trying to walk around the club with all the young girls. Meanwhile, you're 100 years old, and you ain't that guy no more. You know what I'm saying? So this guy got humbled. He got humbled in a real way when he got benched. So then he had to go and check himself, and he found God. And he found Jesus Christ. He got into the book. It's almost to me, what I'm getting out of it, similar to, man, I just found the woman of my dreams. I love her so much. I'm so into her. You know what I'm saying? I have, found I love the ground that this woman walked on. That is not because I found that and I've been looking for that, and it hit me dead in the face, and now I got all the things that I want, and I'm professing my love for her. He's giving himself. In the good book, it always says you have, and any pastor say you got to give yourself to Jesus Christ. Am I right? I mean, you got to make a confess
at all. Like I'm with it. Like I'm with people on their spiritual. I support it, but I see more. I see beyond that, and I'm sorry if it doesn't resonate with people. I see some of the comments, but I see beyond that, and it is what it is. I listen right. To the quarterback of University of Maryland, Malik Washington, get up to the podium and give us a verse week after week. He's not in front of a plane talking, he's not going to go live in the middle of an aircraft. I don't even know if the man was wearing headphones. Like there's little things in there that you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
To I mean, how someone conducts themselves to say that is not, it's not normal behavior. And, I'm able
He's just been cut.
I hear you.
Fired. He's all over the internet.
You need to ask that are around him, and they may know a different version of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to diagnose that man, but I just see something deeper. But I'm very, very glad that he has the ability to lean on his religion and his relationship with God to get through some of these things, because it could be something totally opposite. So.
Right. This is not the first time that the NBA has taken a stance when when players have invoked religion. There was a player who used to do this when the national anthem, and all of a sudden he was kicked out of the league. Craig Hodges, I had on this show his beliefs. He felt like because of his beliefs got him kicked out of the league. Guys pray after the game. Guys pray after the game. You see players come together and pray. I guess it goes down the line of taking religion out of schools. It's a real interesting topic, and y'all be nice in the chat. But it is a real.
To be nice to me. My feelings are not hurt, but I just want to be very, very clear. I feel like religion is being weaponized right now.
Right, and unfortunately,
I don't like that at all.
Unfortunately, that's what's going on. We having holy wars, unjust wars for land, and we're a part of it. Religion is a large part of the fabric of America, in the world we live in the place we're at. I mean, I don't want to get too far over, but if you claim to be African, you may need to go and look at what religion most Africans are. You might want to do a little research. I encourage people to do research on religion before they make a decision and make it seem as if they know a lot about it and where they come from. You got to go to where you came from to know where you're at, and you'll have a whole different perspective on that. But that is the religion part of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all up in there being so bad, but D understands it's a contact sport in here, and we have touchy subjects, and we talk about great things, and you can agree to disagree in the chat. That is not a problem. We love that. We encourage you. I like when y'all disagree with me. Don't be up here nice to me the whole time. Get me too. It is what it is. Let me see it.
Talking at the league meetings, quote, make no mistake about it, we have long-term plans for Pickens. There have been no conversations. It's a shame because there's an opportunity here. If you could get a long-term deal done with Pickens, that represents all the money you need to get out of the cap. Bring this cap number down, do a long-term deal, then take that cap money out into the trade market, make some things happen. But I guess the good news is Jerry Jones saying we have long-term plans for Pickens, and that's what I want to hear. I mean, worst case scenario, you could just have George on a 1-year tag, and then they'd find something else to do.
Well, then get it done. If you says, hey, we got long-term plans, well, is your deal like so bad that he's going to say, well, that's not long-term for me. That's not good enough.
They don't want to do it like that.
Don't tell me. No. Don't tell me. Like, I'd rather hear him say, we've had no conversations with George. We tagged him. We're probably going to see George in training camp.
They don't want to work on deals. They just want to be like, well, there's a deadline out there months from now. Yeah. And if you want to call and accept the offer that we've made, go right ahead. But they don't want to stay on it day after day and press for a deal, either as a negotiating tactic or a preference to do other stuff with their time. I don't know why, but they won't. They won't call on this for the rest of the offseason. The deadline's July 15th, and I believe they've told Mulugeta what they're willing to do.
Either that or Mulugeta is just so ridiculous. I mean, and Jerry's probably not going to say that. You know, he might. You know, I'd love for Jerry to say, well, you know what? It's funny. We're trying to do this deal, and Mulugeta just asked for $45 million.
Yeah, that would be cool.
If that's the case, then, you know, I mean, he doesn't want to negotiate, but don't encourage me. Don't tell me that you got long-term plans. Mulugeta might be asking. He might be looking at. He might take the Todd France card.
Okay, I don't want to hear no more of them. I was trying to find the comment.
Your people. Those are people over there.
I was trying to find what you mean, my people? I like the Cowboys, but I don't like Jerry Jones. I don't know whether I'm into that, but I do not like Jerry Jones under no circumstance. I don't like nothing about him, and I just don't like him. So speaking of Jerry Jones and this whole world of these rule changes, have you heard about any of the rule changes?
Yeah, I think the one that's most interesting to me is because they don't know if they're going to get these old refs back, right? So they're like, for this 1 year, the league can interject if they feel like the refs, these substitute refs, are, you know, making a game altering decision or a bad game altering decision. Like the league can step in and be like, hold on, wait a minute, you know. So I think that is an interesting rule for this year in case they don't get the regular refs back. Did you see that rule?
I saw that. I mean, the rules that baseball, I think baseball got more people involved. I don't think they even knew what they were doing when they allowed the pitchers and the catchers and the hitters to challenge a call. And that got more people involved, crowd all involved. But these new rules, I understand you could do an onside kick now at any time.
At any time, yep. I feel like Detroit's gonna take advantage of that or something. Like I feel like that's just like the Detroit Lions thing, or like I don't know why I'm thinking Detroit, but I feel like a Dan is going to take advantage of a rule like that. Somebody named Dan.
Just like you say, the league interjecting into a play. I've seen where the replay referee got it wrong. And now the league, I thought the league was the refs. I mean, don't they hire the refs? They pay the refs?
They do, but the refs that they...
What do you mean by the league? So somebody from the league office, I thought it was the league office, mission control, some room downstairs in New York that's in the league building where they got referees sitting up there and they're looking at all these games and they're making this decision. So what do they mean by the league getting involved? Is that the owners now making a determination? Because they are the league.
Are you reading exactly what the rule is?
It says the NFL can now help officials decide players' disqualification or ejection. This includes a flagrant flag. I mean, what the refs can see that, right?
I mean, who is New York? Like they say New York. New York is supposed to be a ref, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so New York as a league, who is New York?
That's last time I thought that was the league office.
Okay, so
I'm thinking that
if New York called, because New York has called, when we're saying New York, if we're talking about the league office, then it's not different. If we're talking New York, there's a referee sitting there making those calls, then that's something different. But the league office has made calls before, but they're just making sure that, hey, with these substitute refs, we need to be able, if they out here messing up big time, y'all need to be able to step in. That's actually going to impact the game.
The other one for 2026, possibility of temporarily, the league.
It's only for 1 year.
The league can correct, clear, game challenging official mistakes in real time. So what we got to do? We're going to look at the officials and them on the headset with the other officials, and then now we're going to look at another camera in a whole nother building where the league is looking at it. What's getting ready to happen? I mean, what are they really doing? I mean, they're trying to what the problem is, and this is what I think it is. The problem is they've made so many mistakes, and there's so many people killing them, unaliving them online for the mistakes that they've been making. And it looks like gambling is controlling the decisions of the league and the officials. You got these guys, and I look at it all the time, like, look at this right here. Look at this right here. This guy was clearly offside. They blew this. They fixing the game. This and all these things going on. You see people going through them, you know. And so my point is, no, you're fixing the games. So you're trying to say that the referees are making, you're going to do a replay. You're going to have a conversation about the replay of a challenge call. Then you got to go to a whole nother layer of the league. And who the hell is the league? And then the league going to look at the replay and determine whether or not that those officials made a good call. So the officials look at the replay on the field and in New York. They say, okay, this is the call. They discuss it. Go into a whole nother, and then now somebody else is going to look at the call that they made. Really? Is that what we get ready to do?
Okay, so here I can read. I pulled up some information. So this office has been around since 2014. The New York, right? And it is New York City's league's centralized hub for replays reviews in 2014 to ensure consistency, speed, accuracy, and officiating, located at the headquarters in New York, right? So centralized decision making. And with the replay assist, the New York office can assist with game reviews within some cases, communication occurring before the play clock hits 20 seconds, right? So we can call in, hey, that's not right, right? Now for the 2026 season, it's clear and obvious corrections, right? So if a pass interference or, whatever, right? So for 2026, the rules were approved to allow New York Replay Center to correct clear and obvious mistakes. So if it's very clear, this wasn't that, or, then they can call in and say, y'all really messed that up real bad.
Okay, so I guess, for instance, if there was not a flag call, and or
maybe there was a flag,
Patrick Mahomes scrambled, clearly went across the line, threw the ball, no flag call. Does the league step in?
I don't know if it means that they can actually call a flag, but if they throw a flag and it was like there's no foul there, they can be like, there was no, like, he didn't do that, or they, that wasn't a foul or penalty. So now let me finish. So the ejection consultation, the center can now initiate consultations with on-field officials regarding potential ejections, including for flagrant acts not originally flagged. So that goes back to what we were just talking about, right? So they can call and be like, hey, oh boy punched such and such and y'all ain't see it. You know what I'm saying? So
right. No, I got you, because what ends up happening is the league normally looks at the film, the referee missed that because he was stopping the fight and another dude hit another dude and he couldn't see it. And then the league then finds these people after they look at the actual tape, but then they should have ejected the person in the game and they didn't do that at the time. I understand that part. Huh?
That is a Jamar Chase rule.
Oh, okay.
For spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Remember he spit on Jalen Ramsey and he was like, I ain't spit on him. But the tape clearly showed he spit on him. That's why Ramsey punched him.
Yeah.
So this is the Jalen Ramsey. This is the Jalen Ramsey rule.
These are.
This is the Jamar Chase rule. Sorry, this is Jamar Chase rule.
I have to say it's a lot of. The NFL. I don't think none of these rules are really dealing with the issue of the actual game of what they need to be dealing with, because again, they blow a lot of calls. They blow a ton of calls.
These are the regular refs, not the substitute refs. We don't know
regular refs. It is so. I'm trying to tell you. It's like they have the brain power to get it right, but I don't think they do. You know, I don't think they want to because it is so much gambling involved in this game, you know, and in all these games. And that's the risk of that you run when you add gambling into the equation, because now you're talking about money. Now you're talking about tons of players in the league. Listen, let's face it, 60% of these NFL players are broke. They're broke. They're pawning their shit. You know what I'm saying? To other people, they've spent out. They went and bought all kind of houses, bought all kind of cars, living the lifestyle like they Rockefeller or somebody, and they're broke. You know, and so now you add that on to calling the homeboy up and you're betting on the game, and it's bad. It is absolutely bad. You know, and so now you're telling the referee, you know, and you had referees in the NBA get caught for gambling. You're trying to get rid of these refs. I mean, and now you get ready to get scab refs. And so I understand them trying to take control of the game through replay. If it's wrong and everything says temporarily, they're trying to protect the integrity of the game. Just do whatever you need to do with the officials. If they want money, pay them. If they want to be full-time, I always said referees should be full-time. And here's a good one. Do like the ACC. Make the conversation live. ACC has a whole conversation live. While they talking and going through hey man, this is what you see, this is what I see, this is what you see. Yeah. Okay, hey, look, I see this. Even with that said, they do
that with the UFL. I don't know if you probably haven't watched much UFL, but they do review in real time, and you can hear them. And when it goes to the deciding factor, he is reviewing it, and I say he because it's only men so far that do this job, and you can hear them making the decision. So
now you know, D,
there's some transparency
there. If they put the woman in the booth, all y'all gonna have a fit. Oh, why the woman ain't on the field? Why they gotta have her in the office? Why she ain't on the field? Oh, look at these men. And so now you want to take a shot at the men in the booth.
I'm not taking a shot. I'm just saying the men. I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying men, because I haven't seen a woman do that job yet. I've seen women. I've seen female refs on the field. I've seen female refs on the court. I have seen that. So I just haven't seen them in the booth or in the review.
Them women on them female referees. Oh my God!
They don't play around. You don't want to piss them off.
To die for. There's one of them. I was at a game. I ain't even watched no game. I forgot whole game. I'm just watching her. I'm like, I told her, I ain't watching no game. I'm watching you. I had me a nice little seat on the floor, and I told her, she rolled up there. I said, oh my God, this is.
I gotta reel you back in. Reel it in.
Yeah, please do. Speaking of reeling me back in, I want you all to listen to this Nick Cannon. I'm gonna revisit this because I spent so much time going viral.
I gotta go. Thank y'all. Bye. Nick Cannon. You leave it? No. Off the strength of Nick Cannon. I'm joking, but go ahead.
Oh, don't run. Because they're gonna say you're gonna then say why a woman can't comment on Nick Cannon.
I'm sure no comment.
And now the thing glitching. It won't even play. Unbelievable. D, the man, the Nick Cannon.
I don't believe that.
Part of the Republican Party.
No. Right. Former Democrat, former liberal. Yeah. I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people. Okay, and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%. People don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
yeah, I mean, look, I listen. I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us. And as of now, I agree with a lot of things that he's doing.
Cleaning house.
Yeah. But
he doing what he said he was going to do.
Guess what? If there's a time where I don't agree, I'll say I don't agree.
Yeah. We got the Gulf of America now.
Period.
Charging, he's like the club. He's charging a $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country.
I know. Listen. But guess what?
Before I start on these people, what's your opinion of that? What you heard?
I don't have one. Like, I don't have one.
Oh, you're a Nick Cannon fan? He from DC?
I don't know where Nick Cannon is from. I have no idea.
Listen, I like Nick. I've talked to Nick on several occasions. I think he's an exceptional talent. I would never bash Nick. I would never go hard on him. But in this conversation, he's dead wrong. Amber Rose, obviously, she claims to be, the best person to vote for Trump. Democratic Party don't do nothing for black people. Well, you didn't do nothing for a black woman. There was a black woman on the ticket. You could have did a lot for black people. You could have voted for a black woman to be the president of the United States, making her the first black woman. And by the way, that black woman is very, very smart and intelligent, and she held the office of the vice president of the United States of America. So don't tell me that Democratic Party, just alone, she was the lead, she's the head of the party. So how do you people get in a car and fix your mind up, and then go cite shit by the Democratic Party? Yes, they were the party of the KKK. Both parties was KKK. But what happened in 1960? What happened in 1960? There was a shift. The Dixiecrats and all of them said the Republican Party became too liberal. They left and went to the Democratic Party, and they left and went to the Republican Party. That's when the shift happened. So now two people, and I ain't gonna call them no names, sitting in a car thinking it's cute to cape for Trump and try to make a case and go back to Du Bois and go back to the Republicans, Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, and then forget about that whole part of history. How do you forget about that whole part of history? In 1960, when it all changed, when the Democratic Party became the party of support for African Americans, civil rights movement. So it's just amazing to me that these people who have a platform and who are willing to go out and misinform young people and small-minded people who are not going to do the research to find out everything that they're saying is wrong. That's why I have a problem with it. Amber Rose, you could take her, but Nick, I have a real problem with what he's saying. I have a real problem with, hey, look, Chili, if she feel like Donald Trump is her guy and she want to make donations to him, just come out and say it. Just come out and say it. Don't go out, oh, both parties ain't shit. No. The last time I checked, the Democratic Party did a lot for African Americans. Have they did enough? What is enough? Where were we in 60? What were we as a people in 1960? Where are we right now as a people? We still got a long way to go. But I can tell you one thing: if a police officer shoot an innocent black man under Democratic leadership, there's going to be a federal investigation. I can tell you one thing: innocent black man gets shot by the police officer right now. There's not going to be an investigation. Matter of fact, J.D. Vance is going to invite them to the football game and sit in the big suite. So you're caping for that. I mean, look, I'm gonna ride for the Democratic Party because I know the things that the Democratic Party has done for us as a people, has done for me as a person. Is it all how I want it to be? Ain't nothing gonna be how you want it to be. Ain't nothing gonna be squeaky clean. But at the end of the day, under Democratic leadership in the United States, in those three different branches of power, I can go to sleep at night knowing that there's some protection of my child and my people. Under this leadership, no, there's no protection of us. And that's just, under Republican leadership, oh, hell no. And that's just my opinion. So these people can run around on there talking this craziness. I'm going to cape, I'm going to ride hard, blue, no matter who.
That's funny. Sorry. I don't get into this political banter.
You don't like politics?
I don't discuss politics, especially online. Good.
We don't want you to discuss. You're too beautiful to discuss politics. It
Yeah.
gets deep. Us Jamaicans.
I wish everybody just had empathy for one another. I think if we had more empathy for people, we would all be happier. I just feel like there's a lot of unhappy people. I think Nick Cannon has a lot of mouths to feed. And so, whatever he needs to do to feed all his families, he's going to make sure to do what he needs to do. He's a provider. So
let me ask you before you go, how's spring practice going over there in Maryland?
I went last week. I actually went to my first pro day. So they did pro day. Unfortunately, I missed half of it because I'm a responsible working woman. I have to work. But it was nice to see, because what we don't talk about, and I'm glad that you even brought Maryland up, because how many professional teams do you think was at Maryland? There's 32 NFL teams. How many teams do you think? Based off of how people portray Coach Locksley in the University of Maryland.
One thing about Locksley is a developer, and Locksley gonna bring some top of the line talent on the team, and he gonna develop them. That if they know anything about him, he knows talent. And so, I'm not surprised that 32 teams was there.
Well, 30. It was 30 out of 32. I was gonna have you guess, but it was 30 out of the 32.
Right. I mean, Locksley is a hell of a coach. I want to see him really, really compete and find a way to get it done in the Big Ten. It's gonna be a little hard.
It's not a little hard. It's a lot of hard. The last two champions, was it? Wait, 3 champions, because Michigan's a Big Ten team too. Last 3 champions came out of the Big Ten.
And so then because the last championship, y'all had a bunch of granddaddies out there playing.
So it is difficult, right? And they have a schedule of Virginia Tech is on there with Franklin. That's going to be an interesting matchup. They face Penn State this year. They face Ohio State this year. It's not going to be easy. So
I know, no, it's not gonna be easy. All right, D Love Sports. Thank you. Make sure y'all check D Love Sports out on all of her platforms. She's on Facebook, Twitter. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. I love her TikTok. And you can find her at D Love Sports. And y'all follow her. Make sure y'all like her, share, and subscribe her. That's my girl. Hey, I love the neon going on. It's like
Thank
really,
you. You
it's like
know,
really reflecting off your face.
it's getting warm outside.
Got you looking real spicy right now for the. Yeah, I mean, okay.
I know.
All right, thank you.
Tell him to hit the DM. You know.
Oh, you want to hit the DM?
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus! Y'all hit the. Hey, and by the way, you can hit her on the DM. She looking. She out there looking. See you later, D. Oh man. Hey, go hit D. Don't you go hit D Love DM. No. Don't hit her DM. I don't want nobody going there. You got to come through me first. You got to come talk to me before you go to D Love DM. Now, I'm the DM. I'm her police for the DM. But yeah, that's my show today, ladies and gentlemen. But before I go, I want to tell you all about my campaign. The Uncle Luke Campbell for Congress. I want you all to make sure you go to my website, www.lukeforcongress.com. Check out the platform, fill out some of the forms, become a volunteer. Hey, and if you feel the desire to make a contribution, go do that. And the merchandise just went up today, so you can get all these fly shirts. I would love to see y'all walking down DC with Luke for Congress shirt on. I would love to see y'all being a part of the movement. That's a great way to donate. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just making a contribution, you just go and get a shirt, and portions of that, the proceeds, majority of the proceeds, whatever is left over from paying the manufacturers and all that, goes toward the campaign and helping us become, helping me get to Congress to do the work. I mean, what people need to know about making contributions like Chile to campaigns, you're making a contribution in the people. That's what you're really doing. You know, you're sending me to Washington to work on behalf of those people in my district. And when I do the work in my district, then what will end up happening is your districts, you'll get to see the work that I'm able to do, because there's a lot of things that can be done that unfortunately a lot of politicians don't do. They get up to Washington, they want to go to the Capitol Grill, they want to wine and dine, they want to look cute, they want to put their pen on, but they don't necessarily do the work that needs to be done and bringing the resources back to their district. That's what I'm trying to do. That's my job. My job is not to be up there smooching and whining and dining with everybody. My job is to go do the work. Find a way to bring the resources back to my district. Find a way to help these young people in my district see a better path, a path for a successful life. If they decide they don't want to go to college, put them in a position where if they do want to go to college, giving them the resources and the proper information and education to be able to go to college. And if they decide they don't have tech jobs prepared for them, that they can learn at the schools, and they can learn to be a plumber. They can learn how to work on electric cars. They can get a good job, paying a good salary, and then at the same time be able to bring resources to the community. There are grown people out there that's hurting. They want better jobs. Create better jobs, great opportunities, better opportunities. Nobody wants to. You got inspiring guys who. My dad was a janitor. He always wanted to own his own little restaurant. Him and his homeboys got their little restaurant, and you know they didn't have no support. They didn't have no government support. They didn't have no city support. But I look at people in the district similar to my dad. There are some people in that district that want to inspire to own their own businesses. And it's my job to create grants so that they can be able to say, hey, look, I want to own my own district. I want to own my own business. And with my own business, with this grant, I'm taking out not a loan. I can start the business that I want. See, my job is this. And I criticize elected officials all the time. I say to elected officials, how many millionaires you made from this community? That, to me, determines whether or not you are a hell of an elected official or not. How many millionaires? Like I did a tweet the other day, and I said, I did, Jay-Z say, they ain't made millions, this one made millions. I made all these millionaires. And I said in my tweet, no, I made more millionaires than you did, Jay-Z. I'm a long way, and I love Jay-Z. No, it was no shade, but I'm just saying, I sat back and I looked at it, I listened to the record, and I said, man, how many millionaires that I created from out of the projects? That kids who just needed help, kids who needed a ride to school, kids who need to be inspired, millionaires, kids who was not the tallest and who were not the fastest, but listened and inspired to be great. And by me telling them and putting them in a situation and getting on the phone and calling colleges and say, you got to take this young man and give him a chance, give him an opportunity. And they became multimillionaires, several of them, quite a few of them, creating a youth program in my community with so many kids were able to go just to get away from it all, which is what I'm going to do in my district. There's no reason kids should be put in a predicament where they have no meal to go home to, where only thing that they can get out of school is a glorified daycare, where they can't get a trade out of the school because everybody's not going to college. So that's my job. I got to put tech schools back into the schools. I got to get the resources because we ain't looking for no handout. We're not a handout type people. Black people ain't handout. We don't want handouts. We want the American way. So there ain't no handout when you create opportunity. It ain't no handout when you creating jobs. I got 2 ports in my district and 2 airports. In Miami-Dade County, there's only 1 airport and 1 port. Come private. But if you expand the port, in Palm Beach, if you expand the port in Fort Lauderdale, do you have any good paying jobs that created? It's a ton of good paying jobs that people could go and really live real good. Now, I'm not talking about these $15 an hour jobs. That's for kids. These $15 an hour jobs, those are for kids. The living wage job is for kids. I'm not talking about that. Fuck that. There are kid jobs and there are grown-ups jobs. Grown-up jobs need to be able to pay the rent, the mortgage, put a little bit of money away for their savings to live a better life. Put some money away, put it in the kids' fund, so when it's time for them to go to college. That's a good paying job. I'm not talking about these living wage jobs for grown people. That's for kids. The kid work at McDonald's. The kid works at Chick-fil-A. The kids work there. They get the $15 an hour where they can go home and buy their shoes and buy their whatever it is, they buy their own, be domesticated. And that's another thing. The mayor came to me, Miami, and say, how can we stop crime? I said, you know what? Let me think about it. And I thought about it for a minute. I said, you know what we could do? We got to get the kids. We got to recruit the kids from the drug dealer. We got to recruit the kids back from the video games all day. You got kids going home and they're getting shot because they're doing dumb stuff and they're going and they're getting in fights and all this. How do we stop that? How about this? And this is what I created in my community. And this is what I'm going to create and going to do in District 20. Kids going to be working year round. Ain't just a summer job. How about a job year round? Now, I'm talking about stuff that I already did, been there, did that. A job year round. How do you do that, Mr. Campbell? Well, federal, state, and local. And if the local and the state don't want to do it, I have the power as a federal congressman to be able to create a program to give these kids a job on a year-round basis. That is what I'll be working on. Why would you do that, Mr. Luke? What's the point of that? Okay, let me tell you the point of that. When I did it in my community, and it's still going on today, it decreased crime tremendously. Why would you do it? Okay, what's the criteria? Kids, and the mama is a buy-in for that application. I'm teaching you how to be a grown-up right now and how to be responsible. How do you get a job? You have to be a part of a club. In school, half the kids, as soon as school bell ring, they going home. So now you got to be a part of a club, glee club, book club, football, cheer, or whatever it is. Now you're a part of after-school activities, a club. That's one thing. You got to be able to work either at school or the park. That's number two. You got to open up your own bank account because you ain't getting no check and get no cash. No, we'll teach you to be responsible. And the parents are bought in because now there's additional money coming in the household. Mom is sitting there with 3 kids and the 4th kid is a big kid. Now he's bringing additional resources in the household. He can take care of himself. But more importantly, we're teaching them how to be a responsible person. Mom can look at his bank account and see that he spent all his money. That's irresponsible. Being taught to not to spend recklessly at the age of 16 is the best time to be taught, because some of y'all spending recklessly at the age of 35. Some of y'all had a bunch of money at the age of 25 and y'all ran through it, and some of y'all sitting there broke as a broke dog right now. But if y'all had that education of understanding how to take care of your money at that time at 17 and 16 and knowing how to be responsible, if you got that information, and that's what I do. See, I create. I'm a creator. And now all my kids is working. Kids are involved in the school. Kids got something to do after school. Parents, they're bringing additional money in. Mom ain't got to worry about buying the Jordans and all that because that kid is a responsible individual. And the mom can look at the bank statement and, Mom, look at the bank statement. You taking cash out. What are you taking cash out for? And that's my thing. So these are programs that I'm going to be introducing to Congressional District 20 to make my district the shining light of all districts in the United States of America. And the job program, tech, we're doing it all. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's my show. I love you all. Peace. Adios, amigos. In the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. Bye, Chloe. Bye, Chloe.